recorded this computer. There we go. Okay. Hi, I'm Kris Mattera. I'm the Executive Director of the Basalt Chamber of Commerce. And today we will be going over all things ski pass related. There's been a lot of changes for the 2021 season. And I know this is going to be new to all of us, but like many things we may have learned in the last 6-7 months at this point, that have some patience and grace with one another as we all are kind of figuring it out and winging it. And hopefully we'll have a great ski season and there'll be lots of snow. So to kick off, this year it's going to be a fully digital process. We were hoping we could get to this before the current circumstances, but obviously COVID's kind of pushed that. So at this point, what we will be doing this year is an opportunity to essentially do the entire process if you want, from the comfort of your home office, from your actual office, in your jammies, whatever it takes. So that essentially you meaning the one designated chamber pass representative, so one person per company, will opt into the entire process, and it will be done in a combination of online forms, email, and then phone. So I'm going to take everyone through this, but to start, let me just share my screen. Okay. All right, share. And I will have to hide the chat over here. So hopefully everyone can see my screen at this point. I'm going to tile, and if you can't, just pop that into the chat. Okay, so here we are on the main Basalt Chamber website. And if you scroll down, you can have a quick link to the Chamber Pass program. I'm going to just skip ahead to that page. And so on this page, and I've been updating it as we go along, but on this page, it includes all the season pass updates. I do date it, so if anything new comes down from Aspen Skiing Company, it will be listed on this page. Here's today's webinar, and then we will go through, and essentially there's a ton of resources that I've made available to our members to make the process a lot easier. So first off, there's the pre-verification checklist. This is the list of steps that you need to do, and we'll click on that. This is a list of all the steps you need to do before you even start the opt-in process for the Chamber Pass program. So that essentially is all the steps that are required of a member to ensure that you are a member of good standing. One is, are you a member? 2, have you paid your investment dues for the year? And 3, do we have up-to-date information about you and your organization? And 4, have you picked that Chamber Pass representative? So the one person who's in control of the entire process. This is typically an owner, a manager, somebody with an HR function, or potentially an accounting or controller type role. So please go through this pre-verification checklist. In it, if you do need to pay online, you can either click the button in the pre-verification checklist, or you go under the Belong tab. Make a payment is right here, and you would just click that. And if you're not too sure, you can always call or email me. Phone number is 927-4031, or email director@basaltchamber.org to get details about what your outstanding balance might be, and if there's an invoice number associated with that. So once you go through the pre-verification checklist, you are now good to start the process. And essentially it has 4 phases this year. I will go through, nope, don't want that. So the 4 phases, I've done a digital process overview. It's also been emailed to all of our members as of about 10:30 this morning. So check your inbox or spam filter if it hasn't gone through yet. But again, I put all of this on the website, so hopefully it's a couple clicks away. But if you click the digital process overview, it goes through the 4 main steps that are going to be part of this new process. So out with the triplicate carbon copies, and as much as I love to see all of you, your annual pilgrimage to the chamber office. You can, again, do everything from home or from your office. There's no need to physically go anywhere this year for our safety, and frankly, it's going to be a lot more convenient for everyone. But there's 4 steps. 1, there's opting in. So opting in is just saying, hey, we're a chamber member, we want the discount, here's our information. And so what we've created this year, and it's a little bit of a different system, but we've repurposed the event functionality on our website so that essentially you're RSVPing or registering for an event with your information as that Chamber Pass representative. You need to fill out all the information on the form. And what I have done is there is a how to opt in for the discount page, which includes screenshots and step-by-step instructions of every single component you will need to complete. And I believe that this process has been pretty straightforward based on the fact that several of our members managed to peruse our website and actually find this before we've officially launched it and actually registered without any instructions. So hopefully it will be straightforward, but if you do get stuck, look at the instructions, and if you're still having issues, feel free to reach out to me. But again, you will go through this entire process. So to show you, it looks like this. It is an event on our website, so you can look at our calendar events. If you go to the homepage and scroll down to what's happening, it's the top link right there, so you can click on that. It's also in the email. But you would hit the register now button, and it will pop up a screen, and it will essentially load this registration. In this case, I'm already logged into the system. It will ask you to log in with your email, which is why you needed to update your membership information in the database as part of that pre-verification step. So it's me, I'm already registered, but I'm gonna pretend to create a new registration, hit continue. And so it showed me the entire form. This gives you details about the program, the information we're gonna need, and essentially who qualifies as an eligible business as part of this process. This is on the business to make sure that they are going to abide by the rules set up by Aspen Skiing Company. And if you are not in compliance, there will be penalties. So be sure everything's on the up and up. And the only one Chamber Pass representative will add themselves as an attendee to the event. And then they will go through that entire process. And all we need is your information. There's no charge in this. I just couldn't override that functionality of the event system. But essentially, you're completing a form verifying information about you and your company and who's going to be that point of contact for both the Chamber and Aspen Skiing Company for this process. And then you'll hit submit. So again, the full process is documented here with screenshots on the how to opt-in page. And I try to get pretty specific about what will happen on this page and what fields are required, which is frankly all of them. And at this point, we've had about 20 different members already go through the process. And then it's our turn as the Chamber to verify that you are eligible for the discount. So going back to my digital process overview page, this is step 2. Step 2 is, as the Chamber, we go through our little internal checklist to say, yes, you're a member, yes, you're in good standing, you've paid all your outstanding dues, and everything in our system matches what you've submitted in the form. Once that is complete, we will submit your information to Aspen Skiing Company's internal database saying, yes, this company is good to go, this is their point of contact. We will then follow up with an email, which is sort of our new equivalent of that triplicate carbon copy paper that we do the embossed stamp on. We will email that Chamber Pass representative who registered for the event and say, here are the details. Here's the Chamber letter from Aspen Skiing Company detailing the program. That would be that 4-page letter you used to get every year. And it looks like this, and it goes and talks about what's happening and all the different changes. So you'll get an email with this document as well as program guidelines and benefits. So the majority of information, Aspen Skiing Company has done a really good job of outlining on their Chamber Passes page. So everything from the pricing, the cost of insurance, if there's blackout dates, which is the case for the weekday and the 7-pack, all these different details, and the at least 50% off the 1-day in resort lift ticket rate. All of this information is on Aspen Skiing Company's website. I would highly recommend you open up these gray boxes, as it provides additional details as to the policies, what might happen if, due to COVID, they have to shut down, what that looks like, refunds, returns, again, the insurance process, who's eligible, all sort of the nitty-gritty fine print detail is available on the Aspen Skiing Company website for the Chamber Pass program. If you are interested in just general information about how the passes work, there is the basic season pass update page with a letter from Mike Kaplan talking about all the different provisions that will be happening this year and what the ski company is looking to do on mountain to keep everyone safe. So we will go through, as the Chamber, we verify you're eligible, you get that letter or that email from us, and within that email will be a link to a form. Now this form is essentially a pass order form from Aspen Skiing Company. And let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let's see, but you will go and complete that form, and essentially this is where you are ordering the number of passes as that Chamber Pass representative. So I'll stop sharing my screen for a second. And thank you, Elise, for popping in our phone number into the account or into the chat. At this point, I know I just went through that very quickly. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or you can go ahead and just pop it into the chat. But I'll give everyone a moment to see if we have any questions at this point.
I have a question.
Yes.
I just was curious, do you have to do it all at once? Like, say you have an employee that hasn't made up their mind if they want the pass, can you go back through the process again to do it twice? Or can I just tell everybody they have to decide? And
so the part where they would have to decide is step 3 when you get to the Aspen Skiing Company order form.
Mm-hmm.
With the part with us, essentially the way the process goes is you're raising your hand, say, hey, I want in. And then we go through and like, yep, they're good. And that's step 1 and 2. That part, you do not need the commitment from the employees of what they're deciding. And I know there's a lot of pass anxiety, and this time of year I become a pass therapist. I would just say, do the math and figure out what is the pass that seems best for how you may use it, your available time to ski. And, you know, frankly, when I do the math based on last year's pass prices, break even for Premier Pass is 12 days of skiing. So personally, I'm going to opt in to the Premier Pass because I'm going to try to get more than 12 days of skiing and not have to worry about first chair, last chair, and getting every money's worth of that experience. You know, so if I can go do 2 runs on a POW day, that's great. And I won't have blackout dates or restrictions because I didn't go on the right day. Everyone, that is their own personal choice. And there's a lot of different pass products available beyond the 3. And I guess it's worth going over those 3 pass products right now. There are three that are part of the program this year. There's the standard Premier Pass, and that comes with the Icon Base Pass as well. Please note there is a $150 upgrade if you want to do Jackson Hole. But if you're looking to travel, that is a great option. But Premier Pass gives you all the benefits and discounts throughout the year, as well as summer access for the bike park or sightseeing if you'd like. Then you have the new product there's 2 new products that came out. There's the Valley Weekday. So it's a weekday only pass. There are blackouts around Christmas time. So starting on December 26th through, I think, the 1st or 2nd of the year. There's blackout dates for that. And then there's the 7-pack, which is essentially the replacement for the traditional Classic Pass. That is now, it does come with restrictions. But both of those pass products, the Valley Weekday and the Valley 7-day, have the option to upgrade and add additional days for at least 50% off the rack rate at the time for in-resort. So that means you want to go ski one of those blackout dates, you want to ski the day after Christmas, you can pay but get a significant discount on upgrading your pass to get those lift tickets. So, you know, I've talked to some friends who are like, well, what if I do? Should I get the Icon Pass? Again, it's your own individual decision, but if you were to buy the Icon base price pass right now, before the rates go up, which again, not chamber affiliated, I'll just do trying to figure out your passes. If you only ski Aspen Snowmass, you are paying the exact same rate as you were if you were to walk up to the lift ticket today, or to get a lift ticket today. So it's worth doing the math and sitting down, but long-winded answer is the first part with the chamber, you're just saying, hey, I want a discount and this is how many employees we have. The rest is up to you on the order form. So I'm gonna try to pull that up, or maybe I can find. All right, I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen and try to move all of these chats. Share screen. All right, so we're gonna go back to sharing my screen now. So I didn't have a chance to pull it up, but essentially you're gonna get a link in your email. Once you've completed the form and we verify that yes, you're eligible and we've already put your information to Skico system, you will fill out this form. Essentially, it's a lot of the same information that you filled out with us, but it also includes an election of how many Premier Passes, how many Valley Weekday, how many Valley 7-day, how many spouse versions of those passes do you need? And essentially it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you have 2 employees, you're allowed up to 2 spouse passes, assuming those spouses meet all of the requirements outlined by Skico in case you are audited. So a marriage license or some other official proof that you are indeed officially legal couple. One thing it will ask through in the process is a preferred payment method. You will not be paying Aspen Skiing Company at this time. You're just opting in to tell them what you prefer to do, and take time to read the requirements of that payment process. You have 10 days to pay, which you want to keep that in mind with the early pricing discount, which is November 13th. Honestly, I would try to get everything done by the end of this month, so you're not rushing and you can take a nice big deep breath. But you will have up to 10 days to pay, but you need to get that done before their deadline. So again, don't wait to the last minute. And then at that point, once you fill out the form, it will trigger Aspen Skiing Company to contact the person on file, and then you'll go through the past payment process. So whether that's by credit card, over the phone, they're not allowed to take online payment right now, but they'll come up with some process, or if it's like, hey, I do actually want to go into the ticket office because I'm doing more than $10,000 worth of transactions because I'm a larger company and I need to bring a check, you will coordinate with them on that. But that is, again, between you and Aspen Skiing Company. For those who had 2019 passes and received the credit because of the early closure, there is an opt-in portion of the order form that says, yes, I want to use my credit. And when you go through step 4 with the past payment process, that is when you will utilize the credit that your organization has on file. Now, a lot has changed since last winter. In effect, essentially, is that the business owns that credit. The business may give it to an employee or maybe former employee now, if they so choose, but outright, because of the Chamber Pass program, the business owns the passes. And that is one thing I would like to note is when you look at, and I lost my screen share. Sorry about that. When you look at the pass types right here, the Valley 7-pack chamber is the same price as the standard 7-pack pass that's available to the general public starting today. But the difference is the business owns the pass. So say you're a larger organization, you buy one of these passes for your employees, that employee then leaves the company, you have the ability to transfer that pass onto a new employee. So that is the benefit of owning it as the business. If you are a smaller organization and the employee just wants the 7 pass and they want to own it outright, they're on their own and they should just go purchase that pass as an individual and not as a Chamber Pass program. Again, our role throughout this entire process is to verify that yes, you are eligible, and the rest is between you and Aspen Skiing Company. So hopefully I explained a lot there. I know this is a lot of change. The big part is your ski passes are likely just a few clicks away. And hopefully we've taken the time to, one, explain it in this process, but also on our website with screenshots and step-by-step instructions of everything that you need to do. The biggest part is that having that one Chamber Pass representative, and that person is in charge of the entire process. So we can't be in a situation to try to process the requests from your employees. They need to go directly through you, and we'll just deal with the one individual. Does anyone have any questions at this point? Okay, Bree has a question. Is insurance mandatory to purchase? It is not. That is your gamble. It's it's insurance. If you want to opt in, you can opt in. It is not mandatory. It is worth reading the fine print though. So Aspen Skiing Company, and while there is information on the Chamber Pass page, there's actually greater detail on this general season pass page on Aspen Skiing Company, and Travel Guard is the company. Because COVID is a known issue, the insurance will not cover cancellations tied to COVID. So it's more for the, I need surgery, I went mountain biking end of the season in Moab and I broke something and now I can't ski. That's what the insurance will cover. But read the fine print on that. It is not mandatory to purchase. And again, the prices are also listed with the pass price as well when the timing goes. Okay, we have another question. So the way the credit on the pass voucher system works is that there was a different amount for each pass type that was owned in 2019. So the full Premier Pass was $150 and then it went down from there. So there's essentially a total pool of credit You got to sign based on what that pass was. But at this point with Aspen Skiing Company, it's just a bucket of credit that you have with them that can be made towards a future purchase. So if you had Premier Pass last year, you got $150 credit, but instead you want to use it to pay for a 7-day because you might not ski as much, then that $150 can be applied to that purchase. And also similar, because the business owns the credit, essentially it's going to be a total deduction off of the entire pass purchase process this year, and not line item to line item, and it doesn't have to be equal. Just think of it as a very large gift card from Aspen Skiing Company that can be applied moving forward. Okay. And reading Jonathan's comment, to review, if we've registered for the chamber for the Premier Pass, the next step is to wait for your review. So you've just registered to opt into the program. I don't need to know what passes you want. What I will then do is go through our roster, and we have a lot of it, and just to be fully transparent, it is me reviewing all of this manually. So please have patience. I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible, but that's why we try to empower our members this year with online payment and the registration process, and taking a little bit more ownership of going through this entire thing on your own. Please allow me up to 2 business days to get through those requests, but you will receive an email confirming that, yes, we have confirmed your eligibility, and yes, we've uploaded your information in the Ski Codes database, and yes, here's the link to go start ordering. So I would make sure that you try to close the loop on that process as soon as you can when you get those emails, but just have patience while we're trying to get through that. And any other questions? Hopefully this will work. Obviously this is new to everyone, so if you do come across issues or, hey, I wish this could work a little bit better, we want to have your feedback. We want to try to make it as smooth of a process as possible. And for those of you who are kind of looking at the current pass program and they're like, I don't know, the chamber does also offer a sunlight discount. And I will be posting that information on our website and including it in our next email newsletter. But you don't have just one mountain that you can choose to, or one set of 4 mountains you can ski. You can ski any of the mountains in the valley and take advantage of your chamber membership discount as part of that process. So I'll give one last call for questions. Hopefully I've answered them, but the biggest one is if you have concerns or questions or really confused about a pass type, ultimately, Aspen Skiing Company is the one who created that product. So please reach out to them. But they've been super great this year in terms of what they've put on their website. The documentation is out there. And to be perfectly honest, everything that I know, pretty much, I read off of their website. So it's there. You might have to dig a little deep, but the information is out there. And hopefully this will be a great, smooth process. And I will all see you out on the mountain. And I miss all of you. I would love to have you all come into my office, but now is not the time for that. But hopefully we will see each other soon. And if there's no other questions, I will give you some time back, and have a great day.